Hey buddies, welcome to Mass Games. My name is Simon. It's episode 31 of the Mass Games board game podcast. So this is particularly about the wrap up the year of 2024, where there were some fantastic, probably the best month ever, I feel like, of games that I had played. Now there are numerous games that I played on numerous days. On one particular day, the 29th, I played more than 25 plays of games on that particular day, and you can find more about that over on Instagram. But I'll give you a little bit of some insight to this. In 2023, I played 2,184 plays of games in total. In terms of different games, there were 566, whereas in 2024, I played slightly fewer plays, 2,096, with 465 games. There were more games played by me, which owned by me, 252 compared to 246 the prior year. And in terms of players, a lot more in 2024. It was 668 compared to 455. Total hours played, it was 2,510 if you remember, for 2023. 2024, though, it was 2,298 hours. So apart from that, you might want to know a few other things, such as talked about already, games in terms of most plays on a certain day. There's also some other interesting things, such as I played at least 15 games at least 15 times. And in the month of December in particular, I'll also let you know about that. 222 plays, 75 players, 13 of 2 were named, 7 games played at least 7 times. Days played 31, 162 hours of play, 22 games new to me, 46 on my copy, 63 games in total. And there were 7 locations, but that's quite subjective as well, how you do it. So in terms of the, I guess the stats of YouTube, that's new stuff that I've recently discovered. I'll let you know a bit about that as well. So there's been 2,000 plus hours of views. So there's over 2,000 hours of views just in the last 28 days. There's an extra 76 subscribers, over 60,000 hours of views. Sorry, 60,000 views plus 2,000 hours of viewed content. And also there's something of interest relating to uploads of 690 uploads in 2024, 468 comments, over 9,000 likes, and over 4,445 thousand views as well, with Doppel getting the most views, which is a bit unsurprising on that occasion. So in terms of plays since that last episode, then let's go back and talk to you about those ones, and of course games on the channel as well. So we have Shock on the channel already. So this is the 2-player abstract strategy game. Check that one out. And this is a game whereby you're trying to get a group of animals, whether it being your white fish and I guess sharks, or you're the black player, or playing with black with fish and sharks, and you're trying to get a group of 10. And if you happen to do that first, you win. Apologies for, I guess, some slight incoherence. I actually fainted on the 21st of December due to low blood pressure, which is unusual. Also, War of the Rings 2nd Edition. This is an asymmetric game whereby you are either trying to get 10 victory points or 4, depending if you're the Fellowship, or you're playing as the Shadow. And I actually watched the trilogy again this last week or so as well. Or you are trying to defeat and destroy the ring or get the corruption up for the Fellowship. Also, Micro Macro Crime City. This is a game whereby tending to play it solo, in my opinion, I think it's best, and in trying to solve various mysteries by going around the map and trying to figure out various things. 3 of a Kind. So this has, I've spotted about my best of the month video. This is a game for 2 to 7 players whereby you can, or 2 to 8 players, whereby you're trying to get matches. And the more matches you get, the more points you get, whether or not you're playing as 2 players a team or you're playing it competitively with more players over various categories, which you can pick between each round over 6 rounds, or you're choosing various adjectives to go with it as well, starting with the player to the left, the person who picked the category. Honorim, 2nd edition as well. You can check out my video for this as well as GIF, which is now live, the first in the GIF series of games. So Honorim is a 1 to 2 player game whereby you're trying to beat various objectives using cards, and GIF is an abstract strategy game whereby you're trying to place, discs onto this board, and you're trying to push them on and trying to potentially make lines by removing other players' pieces, and you're trying to play until eventually your opponent can't actually place a piece or has run out of pieces to place. Unconscious Mind as well. This is a heavy European game or Eurogame whereby you are representing a psychologist in Vienna and you're trying to get out various different patients to be curing them, various different theories and various other concepts like this. And it's quite a crunchy experience, but my video's out and appreciated by the design at the very least for now as well. Also, Hide and Peak Friends, there's another video coming out for this. This is a 3 ages plus game for 2 to 6 players, whereby it's an imprint of yellow and you're looking to try and hide animals and have them hopefully not get discovered, or for the wolf trying to discover them. Also, Landmarks. This has been a great game, particularly as a team game, whereby you are trying to get your team to try and find 4 treasures, which could be a combination of your coloured treasures and neutral yellow treasures as well, or golden treasures, to win the game. Also, Legacy of Gravehold the Ruins, as we'll be more about that as an expansion for Aeon's End, which I'll talk to you about in another video, as well as other games such as Black Rose Wars Dual Lex, which again the designers and also the publisher did appreciate because I managed to get that out. Again, it's a 2-player game which is about trying to play various cards to try to take control of various locations and ultimately get the most points, hopefully more than the Black Rose. So other games include Cartographers. This is a game whereby it's a roll and flip or flip and write game whereby you are flipping over cards trying to meet various objectives. Takenoko Color as well. I have yet to find people to really get on well with this one. This is by Bombix, which I think is a genus of the silk moth. And you're trying to roll these pens to try and roll and write game, chalk off things, these various bamboo shoots, try and get the most points. And another game has been Pick a Seal, more videos on that one as well, to do with a 1 to 5 player game. You're trying to get only 1 match, or perhaps even no matches, i.e. it's exactly the same. So I guess it's a perfect match, in fact. And you're trying to maybe get rid of your cards. There's lots of different ways of playing it, but you can find videos for Pick a Polar Bear already on the channel. And there's other games such as Bye Bye Black Sheep, which if you haven't seen already, that is coming live as well, whereby you are trying to play a bit like a game of Hot Potato. Also, The Last Lighthouse, which is a button shy game, you can check out that. And it's another kind of solo or beyond solo kind of game whereby you are trying to make sure this Cthulhu-like, I guess, lighthouse, or the lighthouse is protected from this Cthulhu element as well. Also, I've been playing Raptor, which you'll find more videos on the channel soon about. It's a 2-player only game. Check out my Bruno Cathala playlist, and you'll find them there too. Fake Arts Go to New York, more about that one, but I played the app version of it. The Chameleon, I've been playing a lot of. Again, this is a game where somebody is not knowing what everyone else is talking about, and you're trying to figure out from one word and figure out if they can dial in and stay hidden. Numerous games. I've played over 30 games of Itto now, and this is a game whereby you are cooperatively, a bit like the Mind, you're trying to figure out and dial in, a bit like the game of Wavelength as well, whether or not something is higher or lower than between 1 to 100 based on the card you have to do with a certain topic, such as, I don't know, popular films. And if someone writes, I don't know, Deliverance, that might be high, but if you talked about The Godfather, that's probably going to be much higher. And if someone wrote Weekend at Bernie's, for example, I don't know, they might put that much lower. Time's Up as well. So this is another team game whereby you are trying to get the most points by guessing the various different celebrities, and you have 3 rounds to do it, whereby each round something is going to be restricted. So for example, in the second round, only 1 word's allowed, and the final round, only pantomime is really allowed. Deadly Dowagers, this was somebody else's copy, whereby you're looking to try to off as many husbands as you can in a kind of engine building game whereby you are using you're drafting cards and thinking, can you off them? Can you manage your, I guess, your respect and reputation to make sure you can afford to be married to the next husband, which you're then trying to off because they'll give you inheritance and stuff like that. Also, Curses and Covens. This is a game whereby you're trying to, as the witch, or whatever it might be, you're trying to find those witches or Witchfinder General by choosing to get various cards, various people, but that person who's trying to find out who they can off, they actually ultimately giving cards out. So quite a kind of a premise, but it didn't really chime for me. Also, Project L, the Kickstarter edition. I played that again. It's another engine building game, as well as Sky Team, which have still yet to get a victory at. Crosstalk, as well as those other games I just mentioned, also been playing that too, which is another team game. And you're having a shared word, and you're trying to figure out what is that shared word. Hopefully that your opposing team is giving a clue for that you can use to hopefully get your answer, whilst at the same time your team will actually be having their team by perhaps having a secret word that you both will have, which will be unique typically, but might not be the case. So for example, the secret word might be antibiotics. Our team had written drugs, the secret word. The opposing team had written Fleming, and you're trying to dial in. So if the opposing team says prescribed, then our team can say, well, what do we think it is? Could it be, I don't know, could it be methadone? And then you work from that, which is actually one of the clues we're thinking about giving. So Teaguard, and this is now live. This is a game I've played, all player counts, by Thomas Hollick and published by Albi. and Czech Republic, who is also where the designer's from. And this is a game whereby you're playing out action cards, and the action cards will let you take one of 5 actions, such as buying more action cards, which you can bring into your hand, which can give you more power, or you can use play down the action card instead to maybe go to the caravan, which is basically buying camels and using an effect there. Or instead, what you can be doing is doing other things, such as maybe bring out pagoda, which means you can bring out more tea in a future round, or you can choose to maybe harvest more, or maybe choose to do other things, such as going out and maybe fermenting more tea. So there's that, and then lastly, there's been General Orders World War II. More videos on that will be live very shortly, and this is a game whereby it's a 2-player only game, worker placement, by placing out your commander pawns and taking a corresponding action that's relevant for a certain space on the board, which does not already have a space where there's already a commander token, until eventually after 4 rounds, you are either going to be victorious by having those points, or you've reached and captured the enemy's headquarters. And most recently, I've been playing a Matthew Dunstan deck game, so I look forward to checking that one out as well. But anyway, I'll be talking to you about that in the future. Hopefully you found this of interest. Looking forward to speaking to you soon, but for now, back to the table.